Hey everybody, happy Thursday. You're watching Unboxing Thursdays. Tonight I'll be opening up some Jada Toys Fei Long and some SDCC exclusives. I'll be joined by my good friend DK and of course toy designer and toy photographer Blaine. Come enjoy the show and have a great show. Roll it. Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay. I have one. Do you see all the name?
Let's try though. Let's still try.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. We're back with another episode. It's 166. My goodness, that's a lot of toys being opened. DK, what's going on, man? DK?
Muted myself again. I muted myself again. Great.
I told you.
How are you guys?
The M key is mute. So it's
I
mute and
pressed the
unmute.
I pressed the M.
Well,
Yes.
what's good, man? DK and I had Fan Expo Canada last weekend, and we shot a lot of really fun videos that I'm working on. Did you enjoy that event, DK?
I love that event. That was very fun. We got a lot of footage, so that was even more fun. Yeah, it was good to see a lot of people, a lot of familiar faces.
Well, I want to let people know, if you're just joining in right now, I applied for a press pass for New York Comic Con in October, and it was approved. So, we're going to be trying to make our way there. Depends, how everything goes. But, more stuff to come for the channel. So thank you for everyone who watches and follows on Instagram and shares and just, gets me in this position that I can go make this cool content for everybody. And it's a lot of fun. So thank you for being here. Our guest tonight, I actually got to meet in San Diego Comic-Con for the first time. We can talk about, I don't know, I saw some very, very unique differences between SDCC and Fan Expo Canada, like different scales, but there's a lot of pros and cons for each ones. But Blaine, it's not a surprise who the guest is. We can talk about more of the cons and things like that. Joining me tonight, you can follow him on Blainer Things on Instagram. The link is in the video description below. Really cool toy designer, kind of toy graphics and everything, turnarounds that he does for fun. Toy photographer. Please welcome to the show, Blaine. And then I press. What's up?
Hello.
Welcome back. How you doing?
I am doing very well. Thanks for having me back.
That's great to have you here. I had the idea to kind of ask you back on after Comic-Con, but I didn't realize there was another con in between. So that you already went to. So it feels like SDCC is already old news, but we can still talk about the good old times, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Heck yeah. You went to, it was POWERCON between San Diego and now, right?
Yes, it is full-blown con season. So we had SDCC in July. We just had PowerCon in August. Then we've got Toy Fair and, as you said earlier, New York Comic Con. So fun times.
Sweet.
It's like our Christmas season.
Yeah, it must be crazy busy. So thank you for taking some time out tonight to speak with us. I mentioned you're a toy designer, but also I think, as is the pattern nowadays for a lot of toy designers, they were toy collectors when they grew up, and then now it's like you have adult money now to buy toys. Well, now I'm an adult and I can go find it, kind of like work to make toys. So can you let people know what you're into, what lines, what properties, things like that?
Oh man, how much time do we have?
All the time you need.
Yeah, right. Yes, like you said, I've been an avid collector literally my entire life. My dad and my grandma were both collectors as well.
Yeah, that part's super cool when I heard that.
Yeah, Yeah, third generation toy collector. I mean, it was bound to happen sometime, right?
Hmm.
So I've been collecting all my life. I started, my dad was super into D&D. My grandmom and my
Oh,
dad were super into Star Trek, Star Wars. So those were kind of my first collectibles, and then I went into X-Men, and then as I got older, Marvel Legends, and then Marvel Legends switched companies, so still Marvel Legends. Gosh, Power Rangers. I already said Star Wars, Black Series. I have some Bandai, a lot of horror, like you can see behind me. Jurassic Park. I'm like looking around my room. Everything,
that's usually what
gargoyles, Back
everyone
to the
does.
Future. It's insane. It's insane how much stuff I have.
Yep, I hear that. I hear that.
It's all fault to some eneblers, some group that eggs people on.
So what are we buying tonight? Hey, what are we all buying tonight on stream? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that I enjoy, and there's some stuff that I'm not that familiar with, but that's cool because we're all connected through these toys. Doesn't matter really so much what you collect, but what kind of stuff are you opening tonight? What have you got for us?
Well, I figured since we were talking about SDCC, I would bring the SDCC exclusives. So I guess it's really like up to people what they want me to open, but
Yeah,
I
let us
have
know in the chat.
the TMNT3
Ooh.
4-pack in the VHS style packaging like we've done for the first two movies.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. I didn't bring out the whole pizza box because there's just no space for that, but I've got the
Ooh.
SDCC Kino with his scooter and Roy's pizza look. And then our other con exclusive is Cosmic Con Alf. So kind of we imagined if Alf was going to a Comic-Con on Melmac, what he might look like and bring, and yeah. And then we also made a Greta and a Creature from the Black Lagoon, but they're sitting on my desk in the office.
It's
and then I
nice.
have this like little thing that we might talk about, but
Oh,
Oh.
no big deal.
So,
Just
yeah.
slow. Yeah, just
This was
NBD.
actually the one we brought to PowerCon. So you mentioned PowerCon, and we at PowerCon revealed the New York Comic Con exclusive, and it's going to be Ghostface Takes Manhattan, inspired by another horror film you may or may not know. And yeah, so maybe we'll open that.
Oh, you're gonna open it.
Sweet.
What a flex. Oh, first time here, sort of. First time. Those are cool. Chat, let us know what you want to see opened first, which one you're most excited about. DK, my friend, what have you got, man? Yes.
I got only one thing. I didn't get anything at Fan Expo. Actually, I did get something. I did get a couple of things at Fan Expo.
Did you just self-correct in the same sentence?
Yes, I did. I just realized. No, I didn't get that. Okay, but either way, anyway. So after Fan Expo, I went to pick up this SH Figure Arts Luffy. So I'm going to be opening that today.
Was it brand new?
Yes, it was.
Oh, was that right when we got home?
Yeah, that's what I went to pick up.
I love our convention experiences because one time in line for Stan Lee's photo op and autograph, and you couldn't find anything at the con. You were literally sitting crisscross applesauce on the convention floor, pre-ordering toys on your phone because you couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
You didn't waste any time.
There was a Toys R Us sale. Everything was like 30% off, right? So I was like, I had to go. I'm like, all right, here we go. I couldn't buy anything. Right?
Yeah,
so
we were.
I mentioned Toys R Us around the US guy.
Oh,
it's a sore subject.
You have them in.
You gotta come
East
visit.
Coast.
You gotta come visit.
We do, yeah. I do. I have to visit. We do not have them on the East Coast. We have
the Macy's one. Isn't that on in like New Jersey or New York area? I think.
Well, apparently they're in all Macy's. They're like kind of
okay.
Toys R Us sections of Macy's, but then at the American Dream, outside of the city, we do have outside of New York City, we do have the flagship, the only U.S. based Toys R Us. But
it's making a comeback. It's okay.
I hope so.
It'll be there. I think I saw Super 7 had like stands at the US Toys R Us now. I think they have a little maybe island or something. I think it was them. Anyway, DK, that's cool. we saw some SHF stuff at Fan Expo, but we didn't buy anything there. I regret not getting another Naruto, as Yoko corrects my pronunciation. This guy's been so much fun. I think I want to get more. We finally got in Canada the Jada Toys Fei Long, while everyone's getting Chun-Li now, the third figure in the set. Canada is just now getting the second one. So Chun-Li is, I think, hitting the streets now. I think I've seen Toy Migos do a review and Unparalleled, while I'm like, hey, thank you for these scraps of Fei Long. Now I finally have it. I don't know what accent that is. That's not. But I got it from Heroes World. Thank you to Heroes World there. Oh shoot, I forgot I got more stuff. My friend Daniel Sertle helped me pick up one of these vintage collection Clone Troopers. It's like on clearance. And GameStop had a sale, so I had to pick up this Pidgeot. It's covered in sale stickers, but these are fun. Random characters. I think my kids will like these. I'll open it. And finally, and Blaine, we got to talk about this convention SDCC thing where you don't get things at the con. You get them later, not in person. Like, I just feel like I want to get... yeah, not in NECA. That's why it's going to be a topic. This is the Mattel convention exclusive Steven Spielberg box set. It comes in this box.
Yeah.
I thought it was really lame that it was just in this shipper, that it wouldn't be safe enough, but it's surprisingly really good inside. I'm going to give you a quick tease right here. When you open the top, how cool is that? Cue
Nice.
dramatic box opening music. And then I immediately put it down because I'm like, this has to be content. This has to be on video. I can't do this without a camera on. So that's what I have for tonight. Again, chat, let us know what you are interested in seeing first. And I want to thank everyone for being here on this lovely, lovely Thursday evening, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Thank you so much for being here. Let's give a quick shout out to everyone in the chat. We're going to open some toys and talk to Blaine. We have in the chat the first name from several hours ago, Jason from Working More or Less. This is going to be awesome. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for being here. Charles in the chat, Sam Rock, Dom Muchiciato, Rad Toyologist, Nightmare Nemo, Darth Gutierrez, Paul Morales. Did I say that? Yes. Win or Lose, Wanna Burn, Toy Rensu, Jason S., Luis Renato Kriegel. Good morning to you. In Japan, we have the homie, the one and only High School Creation says, Go Butter Rangers. Hell yeah. Thank you, Mike. Miss you, man. Ultimate Taco Eating Champion is here. What's going on? Channel member Arvin Shaw, RMD Collective, Toy Rensu. Nightmare Nemo is here. Dom, Andy's Pandies, Matthew Toy. What's going on, Matthew? And High School Creations. I don't want to miss this. Thank you, Mike, for the super chat.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Says congratulations of the press pass. Thank you. I'm hoping to be able to put it to good use. We have a friend of the show, your friend and mine, Mr. Ryan Ting says, Blaine, Canada time.
Say that 5 times fast.
I don't know. I might say something to offend somebody. That's 3 words you combined into one. Blaine, the Canada?
Blame Canada time.
Are we just
Blame NECA
We're just doing 2 words?
Blame
No, because
Canada
he capitalized. All right, we're gonna spend 40 minutes on this. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks a lot.
We have at a time.
What? Bly, NECA, nada.
Not a time.
There you go. All right, well, let's put that to rest. Thank you, Ryan. Nightmare Nemo is here. We have our friend Yoko McCann. Hello, Yoko. Good to see you. Valtron is here. Cornelius, what's going on? Mobile Recluse, welcome back. Captain McKay, random. Dom says, I went on a toy hunt in Vegas last week and ended up grabbing NECA. Richard Simmons. I can't look at it without hearing she worked hard for the money. NECA has some really great like one-off figures. Not maybe like a whole set, niche. But just but like actual people characters. I love those. It's really unique. Johnny says, I love to sit crisscross applesauce. What's up, Johnny? Kirby Kai, thank you for being here. David Delau. DK, you want to try this one again?
David de la Huerta.
There you go. You've been practicing all week?
All week.
Just David de la Huerta. David de la Huerta.
In the mirror. In the shower.
We have Spaded One, Mick Dysentery. Thank you for being here. 1-6 Shooter. Trevor, what's good, man? Horror movie NECA 788. That sounds like it's right up your alley, or maybe it's Blaine's, Blaine's burner account message by accident. Oh, whoops! This account has been deleted. Man, Beast Boy, what's going on? And that's it. We're caught up. Awesome. Thank you everyone for being here. If you could do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on the video. That would help the channel out a lot because it tells YouTube that you like this and that maybe other people who are normal like you will like it too. And we'll try to show it to them. So thank you. Before we get started, I just want to give a really quick shout out to my friends over at RetroKid. They have a collection launching literally right now on retrokid.ca, Sesame Street. I'm wearing one of their hoodies right now. Just a lot of great shirts. A Canadian company. The stuff's made here in Canada. Just have fun. You've seen me wear some of their stuff. What is it? Inspector Gadget, Space Jam, things like that. So go give them a shot over on retrokid.ca. It's live right now. All right, let's go. What are we opening first? No one in the chat really chose anything.
What do you guys want me to open first?
Let's go. DK, what do you want? You want turtles? Have you seen the turtles?
Turtles 4-pack. Turtles 4-pack.
Okay. Ugh. So VHS slipcover.
No.
Has NECA ever been at a convention in Canada? Do you know? Or in your time there?
Actually, I don't think so.
It's time to visit.
No, I don't think we have.
And why
we were
is
doing
that?
Fan Expos this past year, but I don't know. I guess, yeah.
Haven't you mentioned in the past there are several Canadians amongst the staff?
Yeah, there are. So
I mean, I feel like we should make it happen. Maybe some sort of exclusive. I think you guys are due. You know, you're making the name, the brand is on the rise, or it's been rising. You know, it's been around, but more and more stuff coming out nonstop. Like I think the strength of it has been crazy with all the turtle stuff and everything.
Yeah. Turtles, very popular. Very popular. I'm trying to think if there's a Canadian character or actor of a product that we make that we could. I don't know.
Jim Carrey.
Oh, is he Canadian? How did I not know that?
DK, he's Canadian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
All right, look at that.
And you have two Ace Venturas. That's right. And of course,
2 retros, and we have a Toonie Classic as well.
Oh, nice.
Based on the animated series, yeah.
Yoko says selling in Canada is tricky for American companies unless they're already set up for it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Holy moly. I know we've got, if anybody's purchased it and not taken it out yet, they actually did not provide us any like official assets for this. So our package designer, Chris Ramo, drew these by hand, like actually sat and stopped, paused the movie at different times to get all different angles and recreated that scroll. So shout out.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Does that slide out? Is that an insert or do you have
yeah. It does slide out. Yep.
Hell yeah.
And then you've got 2 trays. So you've got the main tray with the turtles, and then the back tray has all the extra hands and alternate heads. Try not to make a lot of noise. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. The show's called Unboxing, right? So
I know.
How dare he make so much noise? Unboxing.
I also have to get like better nippers.
Nev Campbell? I don't know about that one. Michael J. Fox is Canadian. Tormensu.
Oh, great.
That's pretty. That's what I was
then we have
thinking about Michael J. Fox, but I didn't Google it yet.
Hey, what's up? The Ruckus is here. It says I'm unboxing Beasts of the Mesozoic Lithronax? Hell yeah.
Lithronax?
Lithronax.
That's cool. If you guys are watching tonight and unboxing toys at the same time, I think that's super cool. You post a picture on your stories on Instagram, tag me. I'd love to see what everyone else is opening at the same time. I'm gonna go with this first. What happened to my camera? There we go. The Pidgeot. We talked about the convention exclusives. Again, so my experience was like, if you wanted the Hasbro stuff, you had to get a barcode, go scan it, order it online.
Yeah, they didn't sell anything in person, right?
Right. I understand to avoid lineups, and maybe it's a fire hazard for some of the lineup to do that, which gives people a better chance. Jazzwares. The lines were capped every day. Jada Toys, their Evil Ryu was so hot it sold out every day. The stuff Mario wanted, I forget. I think Acid Rain, within minutes. So the NECA stuff, when I went on, I think it was a Sunday. I think you still had everything. Like I could see in the back, just stacked with the pizza boxes, the Alf boxes, the Turtles ones, and I think that was my favorite reusable bag was from NECA because that thing was huge. It was perfect.
I have it right next to me.
I bought Alf, and the guy's like, "Do you want a big bag?" I said, "Yes."
Yes.
Why not? It's the largest
They usually say yes.
tote. So in that sense, I was like, you know what? That's why Alf was a bit of a convention impulse buy. Like it's here, it's tangible. I can have it now.
Yeah.
I didn't really need it, but also a few nights before, Matthew was using it as a microphone. One of my wireless mics fits perfectly in his backpack or in his reusable bag. So I'm like, it'll be good memory, and it's here. Nobody else had the stuff there. Well, not nobody, but it was hard to get the other stuff. So I grabbed that. I don't know, DK, would you have grabbed the turtle set?
I would have probably. I definitely would have. Because the samurai outfit, man, like,
Yeah.
how can say no? You know.
And you've got a removable soft good robe, so I just put the robe on. And Leo actually has a special cut one so that you can get his sword sheaths through.
Damn.
And they're wired, so for posability.
That looks really
and
good.
Then the samurai helmet also comes off, and we do have alternate expressions as well that fit onto the Secret of the Ooze turtles. So they'll, they fit on both, and then you've also got.
Yeah, those masks are so cool.
So.
Nice. Yeah, Arvin, the Pokemon are on sale at GameStop right now. Look at them flap. Doesn't this look like so much fun?
I actually didn't know they had play features.
Not all of them do. Some of them
Okay.
are just little static pieces of plastic. Some of them have play features. This one actually has a flight stand with varying sizes in the hole, so there's no wrong way. Sorry, there's only one way to insert, which I'm still getting it wrong. Idiot. There you go. Perfect. $10. Can't go wrong. We have Marvelous Nick in the house. Welcome back. Kirby Kai says, Nev Campbell was born in Guelph, Ontario?
Oh, yeah, I know Nev Campbell is Canadian. I do know that. We just don't.
She was just here.
Nev Campbell.
For
She was.
Fan Expo.
Fan Expo, they did an entire Scream panel reunion photo op. So I'm very jealous that you guys went to Fan Expo, because it might not be so much of a secret if you look around me. I am obsessed with the Scream franchise.
Well, while we're on that, since we're on that topic, and I mentioned, that lantern. That lantern is. Didn't it spin? Wasn't it like two light bulbs in the middle that spun like this?
Yeah, so it doesn't actually spin because we really don't have any way to do it, but
right.
There are two actual little plastic light bulb balls in there. Yeah. So we've got the clean one, we've got the used one,
There's a you.
and then
Oh, there's a used one?
oh yeah, like when it gets burnt out from when they go back in time, and then we have the one that they make out of like sewer pieces. So you get all three.
Right.
Yeah. And this
Right,
one's
right,
like all
right.
like it's all damaged and blown out.
Yeah. Looks like the glass is shattered in the middle one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Oh, Jason says I passed on the TMNT. Oh, that's why J-Shot called it the 3-pack, because he was trying to say the TMNT 3 pack.
Yeah.
So the pause was in the
TMNT
wrong
3
spot.
4-pack.
3-4-pack.
Yep.
DK, it's kind of like the other day when my daughter confused you. When she was saying, you're like, oh, this is my old neighborhood. And then she goes, why?
Why?
Do you miss it? And then
Yeah.
you interpreted it as, why do you
Why
miss
do
it?
you
Because
miss
you
it?
answered, because I used to live here.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, DK, why? Do you miss it? Pause. TMNT 3 pack. Same thing. Attention to detail is absolutely incredible. Yeah, I don't know. I looked at them in person. They're so tempting, but just something
It's-
about collecting turtles. You're down for 4 at a time. It's very difficult.
Well, that's why you get the Comic-Con exclusives, because they're 4-packs, you know?
Well,
It's
Ryan
just a
Ting has
one-
the rule of
one and
4. If you have all 4 at the same time, you got to do it.
Yeah, there you go.
If you go into the other day, I went to a toy store where I can't mention the name, and their mascot is a giraffe, but they had an exclusive pop toy set where it was said giraffe with like each turtle mask and a shell and the weapons, and they only had the 3 of them, and I passed. Thank God, because it was days before Fan Expo. I wasn't ready to drop $80 on the spot from this unidentified store.
Unidentified store. Do you guys have 5 Belows?
We do not.
Okay.
No.
There's I don't know if they're like exclusive to 5 Below or if 5 Below just has them, but there are these Power Ranger building blocks. I guess they're like Lego knockoffs. And they have just the Rangers with like their cycles, and then they have them with, like
yeah.
Zords. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, I'm totally gonna get these, but they only make blue, black, green, and red. And I was like, well then no. Like if they don't even make the other ones.
With the bikes, right?
Yeah.
DK, I think those are actually officially, well, I know they're officially licensed. I don't know if Hasbro actually makes them, but we have them here at Dollarama. I think you've seen them.
Yeah.
DK, they're little boxes like this. They're Power Ranger. Did every Ranger have a bike?
I think they were 2-packs. I think they might have been two packs.
Okay.
And then there also are sets with like little Zords.
Okay, I haven't seen those. I know they make G.I. Joe ones too. They tempt me every time at the dollar store. Did I say hi to Mario yet? What's up, man? Nightmare Nemo,
Just
Bitter
appeared.
Troll is here. Just appeared. How
Yeah.
about the men's Canadian basketball team at the FIBA Cup? I think they're doing well. I haven't followed that closely. Just whatever Instagram shows me. But hey, speaking of which, I mentioned earlier, if you weren't here earlier, I was letting everyone know that I applied for a press pass for NYCC. So I think I'm going to be headed out there in October if I can swing it and make it happen. I got to find a hotel, dude. Hotels and I'm so like fresh to this. I'm looking at hotels near the Javits Center. I'm so screwed. It's so expensive.
And it's like, I mean, if you stay near the Javits Center, it's a hole. Like you're sleeping in a closet.
Yeah.
But that's the charm of the city.
Sleeping in closets?
That's the charm. The charm.
That's
never
the
again.
true New York experience.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. But yeah, I mean, oh gosh, the thing about the Javits Center is there's really not a convenient subway stop unless you stay. I think is it the A line? I think it's the A line. So if you stay somewhere, along that's the smart move.
All right, good to know. I'll look either for Airbnb or something around that. My main goal is because Ewan McGregor is going to be there, so I'm going Obi-Wan autograph, photo op, the full everything. Because if he doesn't come to Fan Expo, when is he going to come to Canada? This is like, this is the chance to do it. On the weekend, what did we get? DK and I. If you missed Boba Squadron, I think I showed these off. Ming-Na Wen was here, so the legendary Mulan and Agent May and Fennec Shand. So I got this autographed. And
She's the Disney trifecta.
I know, right? And Ashley Eckstein signed mine, not ours collectively. Ahsoka Tano is mine. Is mine. So I need Ewan McGregor to sign something. But yes, NYCC. So hopefully I can get out there, find a hotel and start looking into that stuff. So if you guys are out there, I've been to California twice for conventions and got to meet a lot of people out there. But this is going to be a whole new crowd of fellow collectors that would be cool to see and meet up with people. NECA is going to be there because Blaine had the opportunity to work on. We'll show the pictures now. Thanks to Toy Arc, the figure you held the box up for earlier.
Yes, I don't like opening or anything. I guess I can hold that box up.
As a big Scream fan, you got to design. Well, let people know what capacity were you involved in for this figure.
Oh gosh! All right, so I'll tell the quick story. So back when I was on marketing at NECA, any kind of chance that I had to stick my 2 cents in the studio, in the design studio, and try to help out. I think my first one was we made life-size replicas of Chucky and Tiffany from The Bride of Chucky, and the wigs came in from the factories uncut, and they're like, well, this is not what they look like. And I have a 20-year background in style as a stylist.
Right.
So they called me over for that. Kind of, showed them I knew what I was talking about. And then I did some work on Elvira, and that got me into like the design, studio or whatever. And one of my first projects was Randy coming and saying that we're redoing the Ultimate Ghostface. And if you can't tell, I'm a big Ghostface fan. So he asked, if I'd be interested in coming up with a concept sketch of what it would look like, what it would include. We wanted to completely revamp it. So I came up with this concept, and you can find it on my Instagram. You can find it on NECA's Instagram. I came up with this concept for, quote unquote version 2 Ultimate Ghostface, and he or she, they had the chrome mask, they had a flamethrower. So we're developing that, a bulletproof vest, a brand new robe. We're developing that, and we found out, gosh, I kind of forget when it was. We found out into the production of this one that Fun World, the company who originated the Ghostface mask and officially licensed the Ghostface mask, we have the license for the Fun World Halloween costume. We do not have the license for the Scream movies. So the aged mask that you see like in these pictures for the Comic-Con exclusive was specific to the last Scream movie. And that Scream movie was the first time in the franchise that it took place around Halloween time, and the first time in the franchise that it took place in New York City. So Fun World got the aged mask in their catalog, which opened it up to us being able to use it in a figure. And I immediately, as soon as I got that email, I ran over to Randy's office and I was like, New York Comic-Con exclusive. We just update the existing figure with all these new accessories that I'll talk about. We get that aged mask in there. We put this out first. New York Comic-Con is in October. It's in New York City. There's never been a more perfect time for this. And I don't know if I scared him or excited him. I was like a lunatic.
You burst in the room wearing the mask and a knife too. It's like, hey, this is the best time to do it.
Basically. So it was you know what, I trust you. And if you can get a concept for this submitted literally by tomorrow for us to make the deadline. And I think I just went home that night and just did this all night long and came in tomorrow. And I was like, here it is for approval. Like I've got packaging ideas, figure ideas, art ideas for the insert. And we ran with it and we got it done like just in the nick of time. And it was really like Stefan Volkins, who I work with in product development, like really helped with talking to the factory and getting it done like really fast. And then Marty Henley's one of our digital sculptors, and we had him do the new hands, the new weapons, the new masks, and I cannot thank him enough because he really went into the Ghostface, like into the Fun World catalog, and looked at these official masks, not just props from like movies or merchandising. And the mask, like the detail in the mask, one of my favorite things is, I'll show you, of course I have one open.
Yeah, don't open the other one.
Right?
Yeah,
for
just pretend.
For the Comic-Con exclusive one, the Ghostface Takes Manhattan, this faceplate is going to be our standard Ghostface faceplate, and it's got the right amount of curve, whatever. For the New York Comic-Con exclusive, the white mask, the classic mask, will not be the same sculpt. So when the later like retail version comes out, that's not the New York Comic-Con one, you'll get a clean white mask on this traditional or on this standard faceplate. But for New York Comic-Con, I don't know if I'm doing this right, we gave more of that classic old mask, like the more warped like chin area. Yeah, so he's actually got a very unique sculpt for the Comic-Con exclusive, and that was Marty's idea. I have to give him all credit for that. He was like, what if we make kind of the older mask that kind of is reminiscent of like the first gen, and he even put like the little, like in the upper lip there's the breather, for the Halloween costume. So he even put that. I love little details like that. And the knife hand actually has a trigger hinge, like a vertical hinge instead of a horizontal.
Ooh.
And we put the
with a real stabbing action.
Yeah, right. And the knife wipe hand that's like iconic. Every person that's portrayed Ghostface does the knife wipe, so you can actually get it into that pose with the vertical hinge, and you can have him wiping his knife. So I could talk about this for hours, but he comes with tons of different masks. You've got a glow-in-the-dark green mask with a glow-in-the-dark green knife. You have the classic mask, which has that older warped look. You've got the aged mask, which you can see on the cover. It's got all the little cracks and dirt and debris. Sorry, I'm like really bad at doing the opposite thing. Rainbow mask, because they're in New York City. It's where World Pride is. I tried to think of like everything that I do around the city. So it also comes with.
Does he also have trouble finding a affordable hotel in the city? Like,
yeah, that's why he's just going around killing people.
Oh, that's true. Just squat in their homes afterwards.
Right. He comes with a play kill, so I love Broadway, and my favorite play is Little Shop of Horrors. So I made a little play kill that says instead of playbill, it's play kill, and it says Little Toy Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, got up here on the screen so that
perfect.
People can
see. And then
see.
My favorite little accessory is this. Why show you the tiny one when I can show you the one that Marty printed out for me, just
big
from my little personal collection? Yeah. So it's actually
that's
Statue
awesome.
of Liberty with the Ghostface mask and a knife on the bottom of the torch.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Cool.
And this is based...
they printed that one of one for you?
Yes. Yeah, this is
Sweet.
it. This is mine. Yeah, I still have to paint it, but and this is designed after just a sketch I did, just like for fan art, and I posted on Instagram. And Randy was like, that would make a very fun accessory. So that's
super cool.
That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, we a lot of the times when talking to people who work in toys, it's like just getting a toy out successfully takes a lot of things to go right. So this licensing thing that you got, the fact that you were working on it, such a huge fan, that there's a convention at the time. I think like your marketing brain looking for like the best place to kind of drop a figure. Like if you, for example, you look at the Legends team, they're always planning like anniversaries and things like that to coincide with, you know, figure releases. That kind of makes sense. So like you had this perfect, it's like all these things aligned together for it
Yeah,
to come out like that.
I hope people realize that when you see that happen with teams, you know, like with Cosmic Con Alf, what a perfect time. And like you said with Ryan and Dwight and Steve and Dan's team, like the anniversaries and stuff. I hope that's when people realize that like fans and collectors also work on the brand, or the people working on the brand are also fans and collectors, because we put a lot of thought and heart into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the inside of the box. So we always do those fun little inserts, and I don't know if maybe people at PowerCon saw, but I don't think anybody's ever seen the insert for this one is subway. So you can't afford a hotel in New York City. You just have to sleep on the subway.
Oh god.
So it's a subway cart, and there's a lot of fun little Easter eggs and things that myself and Chris Ramo, our package designer, actually drew exclusively for this packaging. So that's fun too. I'm very proud. Can you tell? I'm like,
Yeah,
very proud of this one.
as you should be. So I think I told you this maybe last year. I stopped collecting NECA for a while, and some of the turtle stuff brought me back in. And Dario's asking, you know, is the con exclusive going to be this theme where it's a variant, but it's con related, which to me, it's the perfect convention exclusive. It's a fun little thing. You know, it might not be one that you have to have in your collection, but it's cool if you know, for that event. Has NECA been doing that in the past, and is that something that, well, obviously you can't say whether or not you're going to be doing that going forward, but obviously it'd be cool if that was a thing. If you see people embrace it from convention to convention, right?
Yeah, they are my favorite types of convention exclusives. Are the ones that you don't need, but they just are inspired by just being a Comic-Con exclusive. You know, like we've done in the past. We did. I think we called it the Sewer Xenomorph, and it was a Xenomorph from the Aliens franchise that was, you know, done in like tones of yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an homage to the Pizza Monsters from the 80s TMNT cartoon that looked like Xenomorphs but were yellow. And that's something that you don't need, but it's fun. We did DC versus, you know, Alien and Predator. We've done the TMNT VHS boxes for all three movies now. Cosmic Con Alf, Ghostface Takes Manhattan. I love these things. I love when, you know, like with Mattel, the Steven Spielberg, that's like the kind of fun stuff that you want to do. And without revealing anything, yes, next year, I got to design what our exclusive is next year, and it's along the same lines. It's just fun. You just want it because it's like Comic-Con-y.
Yeah, I like that, because I'm not even like a huge Alf guy, but I really like the badge that he came with. It looks like the SDCC logo. Obviously, you guys know what you're doing, what you're going for.
No, it doesn't. What are you talking about?
Yes, of course not. How there's no lawyers watching or anything like that. This is a completely different convention.
Oh, there you have. Yeah, good. See,
there you go. So I put a poll in the chat here on YouTube. Do you like convention themed exclusives, things like this? This is the best chance to voice your opinion right here on this show. Yeah, can't wait to see more things like that. You mentioned earlier that the Statue of Liberty thing that came in as an accessory because you designed it. You know, did some art as a fan. You know, you do a lot of these concept drawings for figures and characters. Is that just for practice, or does it also work kind of showcasing people out there, like, you know, what kind of stuff that you can do?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a mix of both. It's something that I really enjoy doing regardless. And during 2020, during the pandemic, that was kind of when I decided I wanted to make my career change. And, I found that social media is a great networking tool, and it's how I've met a lot of people in the toy industry. So I just figured, why not, like you said, kind of showcase what I can do. And I think, like, when I had started, I think I did a couple of Star Wars figure concepts, and then I did a tons of NECA ones, Demolition Man, Scream, like anything that I would want to see as a figure. And that definitely helped, not only to get noticed, but to kind of, like, for credibility. Just to hear other people in the industry like say, like, oh, this is something that you could do professionally, was really great. So I always say social media is a wonderful tool. It's a free portfolio if you're an artist and you want to get your work out there.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
That's
DK,
smart.
do you have any artistic skill?
Kind of. Used to
I mean,
take art when I was young, but
I've seen some of your drawings from when you were younger. I'm not going to go into detail, but have you done anything since then?
yes, I around, like, I don't know, I can't remember. I think it was mid 20s. I was actually teaching kids how to draw.
What?
So,
Really?
Yeah, I actually had a gig for 1 year. I was working for the town of Markham. So I was teaching
nice.
like ages between 3 to 6.
Asians between 3 and 6?
Ages.
Oh, ages. All right.
Asians
Well, it's
between
Markham.
3 and 6.
So people from Markham will.
It's
So I work for the
Markham,
town of
isn't it?
Markham. So yeah, did that. I've been meaning to get back to it. Like, I have a sketchbook. Like, I rebought some pencils and erasers. I was hoping
You always
that-
got to rebuy. Yep.
Yeah, and I was really hoping that I would find time this year to start sketching again, but just haven't found the time yet.
Would you be interested in drawing some concepts for toys that you want that aren't out yet?
Yeah, I always had ideas for, like, say, Transformers, obviously, for obvious reasons, but I just never really got around to actually putting it on paper.
Are there Transformers that aren't made yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are.
Okay.
Or even just different
I don't know.
variations or different styles of Transformers, right?
Oh, that reminds me. Can you do a caricature of both of us so I can put it in, like, thumbnails and stuff? Maybe that'll
can
set you on
try.
a path for
try.
getting back into it.
What do you call it?
Caricatures?
Is that a Canadian thing?
It's a real word. It's like a funny
Caricatures?
We pronounce it caricature.
Caricatures.
caricature. Does DK
Did I
correcting-
beat you on that?
DK's caricatures? No, you know what?
Maybe it's
that messed me
Canadian
up. No, it's when Tracy Morgan was on 30 Rock and they were messing with him. He's like, he's turning me into a caricature. And then I think I've just adopted that ever since. Caricature?
Caricature, I think.
Yeah, that could have been it. Damn,
Yeah.
that Tracy Morgan's too funny. What's up, Kayla? Let me just draw attention away from myself. We have Red Dog 5 in the chat. He's seen your drawings of naked Lois Lane. I don't know what that's from, but it's pretty close. Yeah, caricature of us, DK. We need that for the thumbnails.
Gotcha.
But Blaine, one of the coolest things in San Diego was going to this panel, and I've talked about it a few times since then. It was a panel that included yourself, Kyle Wadaga, Ryan Ting, talking about getting into the toy industry. So, you do kind of these toy mock-ups, character mock-ups. You used to do a lot more. Well, you still do some toy photography. You post a lot of maybe throwbacks too. Is that all the kind of stuff that kind of like you said, social media, making these connections, did that all kind of help into getting you into this position?
Yeah, definitely. And not just on social media, but social media is obviously where I could keep in contact with the community the easiest and quickest. But then, going to cons and talking to people and meeting people in real life, I've made a lot of very legitimate, good, close friends at Comic-Con, whether they be in the industry or just fellow collectors like myself. Well, I guess I'm both. I still just see myself as a collector.
Yeah.
But Yeah, no, it's just a really great opportunity, like I said, to show off your art and to have like-minded people. Myself and Steve Ozer, who was another person that was on the panel, uh, we started doing toy photography, I think in like 2013 maybe. And I was just posting like my custom action figures that I was making on Figure Realm. Uh, and we started this like toy photography. Well, we didn't start it, but we started doing toy photography and doing like the Toy Pops like sessions, and just started realizing like it really boomed, I think, in 2015 when Black Series really became popular. And, and we just noticed like all of these people who were exactly like us. And we're like, we had no idea this world existed. So we started getting together with them at conventions and stuff, and meeting them, and just really forming this great community. And I think the people that were in the industry, or at least the collectors in the industry, started noticing that some of these toy photographers or collectors or fans actually knew what they were talking about on a, like an engineering level of action figures.
Right.
And I think that's really when it started, this kind of new boom of toy collectors becoming toy designers or toy marketers or whatever have you. Yeah. So that was a really special panel, to be honest, especially because almost all of the people that were on the panel are not just people I know, but are actually really good friends who I confide in and talk to both personally and professionally.
Yeah, it was really interesting to listen to. That's why I kind of know like a lot of your toy stories. No copyright infringements, plural. But like, kind of the things that happened in the past, the kind of stuff you collect, third generation collector, things like that. And it was really interesting. So again, if you're at a convention, check out some panels. It's some really great stuff. But also that specific one was really, um, it really left an impression. I think the main takeaway was, uh, you know, don't be an ass, because a lot of people's success or progress or career was kind of based on relationships, and as they cringed to say for the whole thing, like networking. It's like they don't want to say networking, but it was networking. Like whether you want to call it that or not, it's just the connections that you make. Like you said, all those people up there, well, most of the people up there you would call friends, right? And then if
Absolutely.
a lot of the stories they mentioned, if there was an opportunity, it's like, oh, I know this person who's great for that job. If you're an ass to that person, no one's going to be like, yeah, why don't you bring that jerk on board? Like it's not going to happen, right? So
Yeah.
it was really a good panel.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, obviously I can't take all the credit for it, but yeah. And it's funny that you say, the people that you talk to, like, oh, like that person would be good for the job. Our social media coordinator, or our previous social media coordinator, when he was leaving, they actually were going to hire internally for his replacement. And they're like, oh, who would you like to replace you? And he actually brought me up. Not like we didn't, know each other personally, but he brought me up because it's like, I think he would just be great for the job. And I had been friends with Randy before working at NECA. So when he said that to Randy, I was like, oh, wow, yeah. And that's how I got my job. So yes, it's true. If you're going to burn a bridge, make sure you can't cross it.
Make sure they don't have the license that you love.
Yes. Yes. And if they do have the license you love, make sure you can do it 80 times better.
Yeah, it's I mean, just the people that I know that, I do call them friends that do work in toys. It's like I can see the relationships, the camaraderie, even if it's cross companies, that you're still working on the same stuff, right? And it's I think they talked about, oh, that company, they made this advancement. It's like I hate them. No, it's like, yo, how can we study that and make it better for our toys and just everything like that. It was so interesting, and I think that can be applied to almost any business. You don't have to see everybody as a competitor. For something like, let's say, YouTubing about toys, it's like if another person succeeds, that means more people are going to be into embracing people who are doing this. So if somebody succeeding will be like, may be opening doors for people who don't have that opportunity yet, or just trying to get into it, right? So I think we can all eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very firm believer in positive competition and lifting each other up and supporting each other. Like you said, across companies, it's a very, very, very small world. I don't think people really realize how small our community is in the toy industry. We all know each other. I have friends at literally every company I can think of off the top of my head, and I'm sure they all do as well. So, yeah. And when I, at least for me, when I find that I know someone would be great at something, I put my neck out for them, and I think I know a lot of people that do. Jason, who is on this, I think you said he commented like 7 hours ago or whatever. Jason Young.
Yeah, he was,
and
and much more recently, but yes, he was here. Oh, I think there's stream starting. Figment 5. Go check out the Figment 5 stream later on, guys.
Yeah, later on.
Yeah, this is our time to shine over here.
But I love his sketches, and over quarantine we were giving each other little just drawing challenges just to keep us occupied during quarantine. And we were recreating animated styles, like we were doing Batman the Animated Series, and with like the Kenner style costumes, and he did I think he sent me something and drew a turtle on it. I was like, this is so good, and like he like gets like the classic look. So when
that guy is way too talented. It's unfair.
It's stupid. He shouldn't be as talented at as many things as he is.
It's like the character creation for the video game. Like, why did he start with so many points for all the different characteristics? That's not fair. How did that happen?
Yeah, I think he has a cheat code.
Yeah, was that a pre-order bonus or something?
Yeah, I think he started with a cheat code. But yeah, I just I loved his art and knew that he is a very dedicated like worker, and I got to work with him a little bit on certain NECA things. And when Trevor Zamet, our TMNT brand manager, said that he was getting backed up and needed even more packaging artists,
oh wow,
like why would I not help out someone who I thought that was more than capable. So I think it's really important to lift each other up.
and a great guy overall. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alexander Eagleson, thank you so much for the super chat.
Hello there.
Says, hey, Kevin, DK, and Blaine. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Kayla, it's not hard to be it's like harder to try be a jerk. Nick says those Street Fighter figures are dope. I'm collecting. Yeah, me too. Again, this is a line where I'm not huge into Street Fighter. I know the characters, but these toys are so freaking good.
For $25 too.
Look at what
I say it every day. Yeah.
Hands.
You can't go wrong.
Head. A giant kicking effect.
Yeah.
Right.
The articulation looks great. I've only been able to handle the Comic-Con exclusive Ryu, the Angry Ryu. But for what you're getting and what you're paying for, I like what I see, and I'm a Street Fighter 2 fan. Who isn't? So I look forward to getting those.
Yeah, shout outs to Jada Toy. And I got this at Heroes World early well, I got it on pre-order, but this one feels a lot better than my regular Ryu. That one had just a little bit of looseness in the legs, but this is firm in all areas. I said it here, don't clip it. He's firm in all areas. His legs, the buttocks, everywhere just firm. Look at the double elbow. How nice that goes. The knees, thigh cut. There's a swivel here that's built right into the cuff of the pants, so it hides that one point of articulation there. Very, very nicely. This is an awesome line.
An ankle pivot. I feel like I'm just like I'm watching your YouTube. I'm like fascinated.
Watching a review. Oh, when is he going to do a size comparison?
I'm like, oh my god, I'm involved in this. Whoops.
Yeah, this is basically watching a review
I dig it.
where you can shout at me. Pose it that way, dummy. Like butterflies. You can get extras of this and make customs. It's
Yeah,
just,
when are they going into like full on? Like, I want like a Bruce Lee by them.
there's get
All the posing, or Steven Seagal.
do we have a Bruce Lee? I only have SHF Bruce Lee. I think it's too small to go on this. Dario,
expressive.
yeah. I stay saying that this community feels big, but it's actually small. This is a very, very niche space to be in, especially this hobby. So to be like, there's toy collectors on YouTube. It's like this kind of stuff. It's a smaller group of a very small group, right? Yet every day it's surprising. There's like other channels, other YouTube channels talking about toys that we don't know about. And lately I've been trying to watch more of them. And there's a lot of great content out there. Let's see. Did a stop motion with those Street Fighter figures. I was blown away at what they could pull off. Nice. Yeah, these are super posable. And the quality is really good too. What's up, Kurt K? We have Shroomy says, I found Chun-Li at my Target. She's incredible, and $25. There you go. There you go. Rubbing into my face. I just got the second figure. You got the third, but I'm very happy for you. Not jealous at all. You can hear it in the tone of my voice. Not going to cry and break down after the stream is over, or pre-order on BBTS right now. I'm kidding. They're great for 25. They're great.
They're like what for us in Canadians? Like 50?
35.
35?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good.
When will this be released? This is out. Fei Long is out in America. It's starting to trickle in Canada.
So are they only releasing them? They're just doing one figure at a time?
So the first wave has 3 figures.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they're just because Jada's known for their what is it? Model cars, the metallic. I think they're die-cast metal cars. So figures is relatively new. Maybe they're working on distribution. I don't know. Someone told me they had to fix something on Chun-Li. That's why I was a little bit later. But it's I'm cool to wait. They had a whole lineup of their Street Fighter line at San Diego. Which, by the way, thank you for doing the interview, Blaine. Talking through the Turtles toys. You can watch the video. I'll put it here later on for the replay. But right now it's just my logo. But what was your favorite other booth? Or are you not comfortable saying it with other friends in other companies? Like your favorite display that was like, wow, that looks good. Nobody can get mad at you for saying that, can they?
No, and actually,
if they're friends,
right. My favorite display actually wasn't toys, so I don't have to piss anybody off.
Come on, just do it.
It's the truth, I promise. My favorite display was actually the Paramount display, and it was directly in front of us, and they recreated like a piece of the bridge from Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and had the costumes and had a hallway, and I got a picture of it. I guess I'll post it in my stories tonight or whatever. But being like having my grandma be a Star Trek fan, having my dad be a Trekkie, having myself be a Trekkie, and I'm loving the new Strange New World shows. So as I was walking in, I'm like, oh my God, like you can sit in the captain's chair, and it looked beautiful. So that was my favorite booth, because it was just like, full size bridge of the Starship Enterprise of my little nerdgasm.
Yeah, no, the Paramount Lodge, right? Was that what it was? Because we had something similar at. Oh, that was on the street outside. But we had a Paramount thing here. It had a Twisted Metal setup for the new. Is it a show or a movie?
Yeah, it's a series. It's really good, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, it's out already. So they're like, you go up, you get a press pass. Sorry, you get a lanyard at their activation, and like, this has a code for 1 month free of Paramount Plus. I go, cool. How much is it per month? And the dude goes, I don't know, 12, 13, and it took every ounce of my energy to be like, shouldn't you know that? As the front-facing, like, first person to talk to people, I'm like, oh, whatever, thanks. I go in. There's the Twisted Metal. There was a Ninja Turtles one. They had 4 turtle statues. There was a bunch of like old TVs with the Playmates toys inside. There was a person standing there with a bucket, a giant bucket of ooze, which is basically, I don't know, slime that you're supposed to stick your hands in. And then I don't know why I did it. They had sanitizer. I figured might as well go for it. And they had the bridge, like you mentioned, and some turtles at the end in costume. So it's pretty good. I don't know what I need from Paramount Plus. These subscriptions are getting crazy.
I'm an avid show and movie watcher, and it's disgusting how many streaming networks I have.
Disney, obviously, Prime,
Netflix.
I don't have anymore because they changed the rules. And
One Piece just released yesterday. The live
oh
action.
yes, the live action.
Did it?
Yeah.
Today.
Oh, today?
Yes, today.
Yeah, so Disney, Prime, Netflix, HBO Max. Well, just Max now. Peacock.
How many
just
times
say
did they change their names?
Yeah,
How many
I
times did they
can't
change their names?
keep up. Shutter.
What's Shudder?
It's a horror streaming
Okay.
service. What else do I have?
That you're running out of fingers there to
I know.
count.
Hulu.
Hulu. Wait, Hulu is different from Peacock? Weren't they both NBC stuff, or am I
No,
mistaken?
Hulu is ABC owned, so Disney owned.
Okay, my bad.
I feel like I still have more. Oh, Apple TV.
Oh,
Plus.
Apple. Yeah. Thanks, RMD. I just got that begrudgingly because my
Ah,
trial ran out, and I'm like, I need storage. I might as well go for the combo. And then I immediately ran out of iCloud like that because I was already over the whatever gigs you get. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff, but we have a lot of videos to edit for the show that just passed, and I think it's important. I think I can put out a really good one. So, and New York Comic Con. So then next year when it's SDCC time, I can try to apply for that, the press pass with all this coverage.
is that what you had at SDCC? You had a press pass, or did you just have?
I was just there as a fan.
Okay.
The Enablers, those guys, just did a whole group buy session where
Mm-hmm.
well, I was on vacation and they got it, but we got a couple days, and we just said let's do it. And New York was just. I made a playlist of the San Diego footage that I got from the live streams and the panel, and I submitted it. And I'm like, all right, well, here, hopefully this works out. That's all it was. In Canada, we're lucky because we get a Disney Plus and Star combo. I think, don't you have to pay extra for Star?
No,
We have.
it just comes with it.
Oh,
You have
Yeah,
it
there's-
enabled, right?
I don't. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. We share an account, and we also. Wait, are we allowed to say that? Yeah, they're
I
not.
don't know. Disney Plus account's gonna get canceled now.
It's all good. We share. I don't know. It's all good. Someone asked if I'm opening vintage collection tonight. I can open this Arc Commander Havoc. I only got it because it was on clearance and Daniel was getting rid of it. So thank you, Blaine. We have New York Comic Con, as I mentioned. There were some comments earlier. Andy's Pandy said you don't have to be near the Javits Center. Anywhere in Manhattan, you will be good. What's the distance? What's the radius that I should go out for? Like, what's the furthest that's walkable? Because I really like the idea in San Diego where some of those guys had the hotel right next door, and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna go drop off some stuff and go wash my butt and come back, change a shirt and not have to Uber $20 each way just to go to do that. So what's the best? What's the furthest you think?
Well, it really, honestly, it depends on if where you're staying has access to the subway line to the Javits
Okay.
Center. So find out. I think it's A. I could be wrong, but find out what line gets dropped off at Hudson Yards, and you could stay anywhere along there, and it could just be like a 10-minute train ride. Whereas if you stay 2 blocks the wrong way, you're walking twice the distance that you would taking a subway.
All right. Mario
Well-
says, I don't think anyone washed their butts. How do you know? You don't need a hotel near the Javits. I go back and forth every day of the con and live like 20 miles away. And it only takes 30 to 40 minutes drive. I don't have a car. I'm not going to have a car.
He doesn't want to do that.
And then he
I
has
don't
to
wanna-
figure about parking.
Yeah. I don't want to drive in New York. Sounds crazy. I don't want to drive down to New York. It's like 9
I don't-
hours.
Listen, I live here. I do not drive in the city.
Because you don't
Absolutely
need
not.
to?
You do not need to. It's
Okay.
absolutely ridiculous. I train into Penn Station, and then I can subway or walk anywhere I want to go.
All right. I think. All right. I need people to send
Are
me
you
some
saying
recommendations.
I,
No, I was reading this
maybe I
comment.
should crash with
You knew.
The butt washing. You can stay around 7th or 8th Avenue, if anything. What I do want to do is, we've talked about how pizza crust is a waste of space, and a lot of people's rebuttal was, it's just because you haven't had a good enough slice. If it's a good slice, then the crust is good, like all New York pizza. First of all, Blaine, where do you stand on that statement? And B, is that true? So where do you stand on crust? And 2, is that true about New York slices?
I mean, it's got to be a good crust, but yeah, I mean, it's not a waste of space. It's your handle. It's your eating utensil, and that you can eat at the end, like
Right.
Willy Wonka when he drinks the tea and then eats the cup. You're eating your utensil.
That's a good point.
Right?
It's like bread bowl for soup.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, New York slice. It's funny whenever I go back to California and I have pizza, I'm like, oh, no wonder, the California diet is no carbs. They suck here.
Oh, damn.
It's just a well-known fact. Sorry to, California didn't invent their baked goods, but their bread's just not, it's in the water, it's a Northeast thing. It is. It's all jokes aside. It's something about like our water here. You have your bagels, you have your pizza. You're not going to have them anywhere else, even come close. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
I've
get
heard
some
I've heard
pizza.
New York bagels is something I should try out too.
Yes.
All right. I just keep thinking of that episode of The Office when Michael goes into the city for a meeting. He's like, "Got to get a New York slice," and he walks into Sparrow's. And even I know, like, that's the mall pizza, and it's not
Yeah.
bad. But if you had your choice, like, that's not your authentic
No.
New York slice. And then he misses Conan O'Brien as he walks past, thinking some lady is Tina Fey. That's just gonna be me, like, wow, look at everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to.
Oh, Midtown Comics. How long are you staying? We're gonna have to talk off this because
No, we can talk right now. This is what this is just
Okay.
us chatting. I've been to Midtown Comics. Is it just one? There's just one location, right?
no, there are multiple,
Oh,
there's
crap.
multiple.
but the Midtown Comics is the Midtown Comics.
I went to one where it has multiple levels.
That is, yeah, yep.
That's
Midtown
the one.
Comics. Yep.
It's the Midtown Comics.
And then there's Forbidden Planet.
Hmm.
That's another really good one.
I'm probably just gonna spend all my money on Ewan McGregor and Ewan McGregor related merchandise and food. Honestly, I have. Plus, it's gonna be like one carry on. I don't think I have space for toys.
You want to know the
Unless
secret?
ship it.
No, I never ship.
What's
Too
the secret?
expensive.
Unbox.
When I go to Comic-Con, I only pack a carry-on for, my clothes, whatever
Yeah.
I need. Then I put said carry-on in empty, large suitcase.
Okay.
That way, on my way home, I can just pack an entire suitcase full of
Yeah, I did that
figures or
in.
whatever I buy. And
I
then
did that for
check
San
that
Diego.
bag. Yep.
Yeah, if I have to, it'll be like, I wish it was like in Dragon Ball, where you pop the capsule and then a
Nice.
suitcase would come out.
Uh-huh.
Then I could just use that. We're grabbing a sub from Park Italian. Is that a thing? Yoko says I need a rainbow bagel. Rainbow bagels are weird because my kids used to eat them a lot, and the dye would change the color of their poo.
Yeah.
Did you know that,
Yep.
DK?
No.
Because one day I was like, "What is this in the toilet?" I'm like, "Oh right, rainbow bagels." So, what does that tell you about what you're eating? It's going right through. Hankin says, "I will eat my kids' discarded crust, best part of the slice." I'm sure other people in the chat will agree with you. They do the same thing. Forbidden Planet. I'll check that out. I don't know what it is, but I can.
It's
do
another
quick
comic, or it's a comic store.
Add it to the vlog. If there's a spot or an opportunity Thursday night to do like a unboxing Thursdays or just an in-person podcast, I think that would be cool. But then I'd have to figure. I'll leave it up to Matthew, the producer extraordinaire, and J Shot, if we can make that happen. I need the film that I worked on to be selected for a film festival in New York so I can visit. That's a good way to get in. Cheesesteak. Yoko, I live to educate. I live to freducate. Hell yeah. DK, did you open your figure?
I did. I really like him. And I think people were like a little bit upset because he was like a little bare bones. Because he only comes with like 4 face sculpts?
Only 4?
Only 4.
Only 4.
Freaking spoiled,
But
man.
everyone wanted like Luffy's long arms, stretchy arms, and stuff like that. But I think that's coming down the line. It's this figure is almost made to be like a Build-A-Figure. I think like the joints, certain joints just they pop off like easily, right? So I think later on with other One Piece figures, they're gonna come up with like a long, like maybe an accessory pack or something. It's gonna have like the long legs, the arms. They have a certain joint where, you could just interchange it. Like I really think something good is gonna come in the future, like for this line.
So like other Dragon Ball figures might have a faceplate for another character in the set,
like,
so something like that in the future.
Yeah, like for this one, I think
it's a DLC. Says Loki.
That's what it is. Exactly, it's a Luffy DLC. I think Sanji and Zoro, they come up with alternate faces for Luffy. I know Kaido does, but like look at this face sculpt. I should put it on.
That's awesome. Are his eyes bulging out? Hell
yeah, his eyes are bulging out.
That's super cool.
Put it on. So yeah, I'm definitely psyched for this series.
Trevor says Toy Tokyo.
Oh, Toy Tokyo.
I'm assuming that's also a store. It's facts about the water in New York making a difference. What could it be?
It's probably the fluoride.
All right, so here's the first 2 in the wave, in wave 1.
Are there like torsos and chests the same buck? Do they share tooling, or are they completely different? Oh, it looks like they might be different.
I think,
or maybe it's just the soft goods that make 3 look bulkier.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This one looks different. I think it's different.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's different. There's more rib cage here than this. Yeah. Which is great because this is so plain. Like you can use this so many times. You can use this. I never got that. What is it? The 2-pack of Hamato Yoshi and Oroku Saki. This would be a good like maybe head swap or stand-in.
That is true.
That was a good set, but it wasn't what I needed. But if I saw it, definitely get. I think the movie NECA Turtles are my favorite turtle line.
I've literally been
not-
sitting here playing with the Kino from
Hell
Secret
yeah.
of the Ooze.
Yeah, that and maybe like top 10 toy lines, NECA movie turtles. They're
They're
just
beautiful.
they're way too accurate. It's crazy. In the hands of somebody like honestly, Sergeant Bananas, he had this one Leo shot with the quarter scale. Favorite toy photo of all time.
Yeah.
In his hands, it's
Magic.
deadly. Yeah, but you guys, when you sorry, let me bring it back. In San Diego, there are some displays there for the turtle stuff. Some of them were custom dioramas,
Yeah.
Which was really cool. I like that. You guys put that kind of detail into your displays. There was also the foot training Kino
Yes.
that was there. Yeah, it's just a lot of cool stuff. And again, you walked me through the booth, showing some of the little hidden details and stuff. It's a great setup. I think NECA was one of my favorite booths. You had a photo op.
We did in the turtle in the sewer layer.
Right. See,
And
so yeah,
we
I
even
mentioned
had,
this. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
We
man.
had, also 3 TMNT artists, including Kevin Eastman, signing each day. So
You
in
did?
the turtle layer. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, you got to look at the schedule, man.
Dude, it's honestly first time out there. There's so much going on.
There's so much.
Even if there was something I was aware of, I probably missed it, or either meeting up with somebody or getting stuck in line or trying to make a time for another booth. Like it's a lot. It's a lot to go through. Damn, that would have been cool. Wait, I have a sketch from Laird.
Oh, nice. Now you got to get these. That was getting like my picture taken with Kevin Eastman. Like, man, like, someone who kind of molded some of your childhood is.
Oh,
it's always fun. It's always awesome. I don't ever get used to it.
Was there anything, speaking of the convention, was there anything that you missed that you wanted to see?
Every booth.
Because you're working.
Yeah. I love walking Comic-Con and I love looking at action figure displays. I got down to Hasbro, so I checked out the Marvel Legends. Got a quick glimpse of the Ghost over at the Star Wars booth, and then I went over to the Super 7 booth. Obviously, see Kyle, and he gave me a little tour, showed me the Cat Slayer, showed me some Godzillas. Yeah, but other than that, I just, I didn't really get to walk the floor. I didn't get to go to Artist Alley, which upset me. I have a lot of friends who are comic book artists, and I love to go and support them and say hi, and so I didn't get to do that. But
the caveat of working one of the biggest cons, if not the largest.
But they do
the biggest con.
They do a kind of an X-Men themed kind of geek out every year at Coin Up, and Kevin came this past year and hung out. So that we at least get to do that, and that's always nice because it's after hours. Nobody's working. I get to see tons of people. I get to see tons of people drunk for the first time. I'm not going to name any names.
We don't need to talk about this. We don't need to talk about this topic.
Lots of different people.
DK knows all about that phase of my life. It's all good.
It's gone.
It's all good.
I haven't seen that person in a while.
There are glimpses.
You should come to San Diego Comic-Con next year.
Yeah, dude, it's so much fun. We'll try to get you in on the ticket or like press pass.
Yeah.
For video.
Next year.
Yeah, so that's the thing with San Diego versus Fan Expo, because my wife came to Fan Expo with us. She was also in San Diego. There were lineups so you can get all the exclusives, but it wasn't as interactive, I think, in SDCC. In Toronto, all the activations had like activities for you to do, ways to win prizes, things like that. I think it's just the sheer volume of people moving through San Diego. Like, there's no time for you to stop and like,
Yeah.
hey, spend 5 minutes to play a game and win a prize. Like,
Yeah.
just line up, get your stuff. If you can't get it, get the hell out or buy it online in 2 months. So, and then
She was confident enough for Fan Expo to wear slippers. She didn't wear shoes, right?
yes,
Yes.
that is the gauge. Yes, she wore slippers. Yeah, but you know, so that whole experience of not being able to really get stuff on the spot, and it's just like, just business, line up, go, and it was very different and a little eye-opening. But
The rush.
yeah, different. Yeah, absolutely. What was it like in PowerCon? What's that one like?
PowerCon is a lot more laid back and relaxed. People are there, and we purposely don't sell anything at PowerCon. It's so close to San Diego Comic-Con that by the time we get everything back and get it kind of sorted and loaded up for PowerCon, it's like almost to the day. Like, I think I got our PowerCon stuff shipped out the day before we flew out. So we don't sell anything at PowerCon. We just display, and it's just a really nice way to talk with the fans and hear, what they're loving, what they want to see more of. And there really isn't a lot of press at PowerCon, so it's less booth tours and more just having like one-on-one conversations with people. So it's nice. I enjoy the mix of both. So, I find them to be apples and oranges, but PowerCon is something more like a Fan Expo where it's interactive.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. 53 people voted in the chat. 79% said yes to convention-themed exclusives.
Nice.
80% of 53. So hopefully we can get more like that going forward.
I agree on all brands. I think, all companies, I love when they do stuff like that.
Hey, what's up? Cole's in the chat. Mr. Ryan Clark, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to open one more thing here. Vintage collection. Oh, I think I have Steven Spielberg. Okay, I'll open two more things. Are people pumped for the Fwoosh Ninja Scroll pre-order tomorrow? Oh, is that tomorrow? Hell yeah. Is there there's a lot of independent and kind of smaller toy brands up and coming, and as somebody who, you do a lot of toy concepts and things like that, is there something out there that you see right now that you're really interested in?
In smaller toy companies?
Smaller, like, independent. Yeah, smaller.
Yeah, I love Creative Beast Studios. Like their dinosaurs are just freaking stunning, and I love that they kind of are very true to what they would have looked like, and not just sci-fi movies, which I love. I love Jurassic Park, but I love their attention to detail and their deco, and yeah, so probably those. What else?
There's a lot of good, like they mentioned, Fwoosh.
Yeah, Fwoosh is doing their own figures now. That's crazy. Oh, two of my friends just created the Hoxton House. They are like macabre toys. So they're going to be action figures like based on like the occult and like biblical demons and stuff like that. And so I just love, obviously supporting them because they're doing it themselves. And I think it's really cool when, two people sit down and they're like, we're going to make toys now. And we're in that stage of, craft evolution where people can really like 3D print action figures and do GoFundMes and crowdfunds and get their dreams made. So
yeah, I mean, you kind of made the concept for that Statue of Liberty, and then someone is able to model it, print it out for you.
Yeah.
It's it's very easy to have some tangible product in hand for people to see, for people who have the time to sculpt and model and do all that stuff.
Mhm.
So 3D printing has really made it accessible. Johnny's in the chat. What's up? Johnny is a fantastic artist, travels around here in Canada. I got to meet him in Fan Expo for the first time last weekend. He's in here in the chat, so it was great to meet him. And you should see him in the Fan Expo vlog and interviews that's coming out. Stay tuned to the channel. There's going to be a lot of new content in the future, upcoming future. It's just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of things have been clicking into place. That's working out. Is this one something you can speak to? I know you're not here in an official capacity, Blaine. We're just talking some toys, but there are fans of a lot of these toys that you might have a hand in. Is this something you can speak to, or wait till later?
Yeah, I mean, I can speak to it because we don't really have like a set timeline. I think we talked about this in this past year's April takeover. So it's no secret we were kind of retconning a Ripley figure and getting that kind of what if like Judith Hoag's April O'Neil from the 1990s film actually donned the yellow jumpsuit, and in swapping the parts that we swapped, Judith felt that she could look a little more like her and be a little more closer to her body type, and we agreed. So we're just retooling some pieces. So as soon as the pieces are retooled and those get approved, then we'll have a better timeline for actual production. But she should be out 2024, I would say, the earlier side.
I love that you get to make these cool things, and then not only that, work with some of the talent, and then to be able to take it even further and do a concept or some of these mashups. You had the Mikey and Donnie samurai and space, this astronaut ones on display.
Yeah.
And those were, you mentioned the design by Jason.
Yeah, so he did the illustrations for those.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if he did the concepts for them as well. I'll have to go back and check. I don't want to like step on anybody's toes.
Right.
But yeah, they're really fun because they're the first ones in our cartoon line that are Trevor affectionately calls the pizza verse. But had the cartoon continued, where would we have seen the turtles go? And we wanted to really make sure that it fit the cartoon aesthetic. We didn't want it to seem like it was just us making up our own turtles. So when you see the Samurai and Space Adventure 2-pack, like I was racking my brain as I'm staring at these, like, what episode are these from? And then I did the copy for them. So I did the copywriting, like the blurb about them, and I get the Cliff's Notes or whatever. I get the bullet points. I was like, oh, I'm such an idiot. These are actually made up. So it's really good that, fans will look at it and think that they fit perfectly within the line. And I hope we get to do more stuff like that, because I love our TMNT Universal Monsters mashups.
Right.
I mentioned earlier, years ago, we did for Comic-Con exclusives, we did DC versus Alien and Predator. I just love, they're fun. They're just fun and very toyetic.
Oh, that's right. I love that. Batman is like, it's an elusive one. I really like the sculpt on that Batman.
That Batman and that Superman,
yeah,
dare I say, are my favorite, like, comic versions. They just, I guess I'm a little biased, but they were before I started with the company, so, but they're great.
No, I'm still looking for that Batman on its own. I don't really need aliens, but it's one of the best ones. RMD wants 3 ninjas. He just chill. Just chill.
Is it the Joker alien?
Yes.
Is that one? Okay.
Jokerized.
And one came with a Yellow Lantern Predator. And then there was
Yeah,
a
DK,
third
look
one.
look them up. They're really nice. So,
Yeah, who's Superman came out.
what would you say, Blaine? I'm going to ask you as a Star Wars guy and a toy designer, and also this goes out to people in the chat. How would you say the proportion of this helmet looks to this body?
Wow, put me on the spot.
Like too big, passable, or good?
Passable. I think in my perfect world, I would personally have just alternate heads,
Right.
but that's just me.
Yeah. So some of the newer ones, like the helmet's a little big, but this I think looks really good. I think this one, in terms of like being a character that's in full armor and wearing this bucket, I think the size is pretty good. Maybe they shrunk down the head a little bit, but I know
It,
what you mean. Some of the old, one or two of the previous vintage collections was a straight swap of the helmet. Fennec Shand, and I think one of the maybe it was Bo-Katan. So yeah, see, look, the chat says passable. This is a really good figure.
Vintage collection has been looking better and better, and I switched. I obviously grew up without 6-inch Star Wars action figures. All of my
Right.
Star Wars figures were always 3 3/4, and I was actually very late to the game with the Black Series. It wasn't until I was like, okay, it's actually like happening, and this is
Mhm.
going to be the new collectors. And then after I had a house fire, lost all my action figures, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go back to 3 3/4 Star Wars. They're focusing on 6-inch. That's the way to go. And the only time I would get 3 3/4 if they went with a ship, because I'm obsessed with vehicles. And now I'm like, oh, every time I see a new vintage collection release and the dios, the play sets, the vehicles, like, oh.
So are you in for a ghost?
We have 6 days
Haslab?
left. I have not backed yet, only, and I mean only because of space and, funds. But it is so beautiful. The team really did a wonderful job. I loved Rebels. I was one of those people who, all about the story, not about the animation style,
Mhm.
because it was so different from Clone Wars. But the story is so great, and the lore and the connectivity between, the prequels and the original series, or the original trilogy. I like that this series kind of bridged the gap,
Mhm.
Ezra Bridger the gap. Um,
Nice.
and yeah, you see what I did there? A little Blaineism. And the
Blaine
Ghost is
Canada?
hashtag Blaine Canada. And the Ghost is one of my favorite vehicles in Star Wars. It was like an instant classic for me. So I really love it, and I'd love to back it. I'm hoping that Jazzwares does Micro Squadron of the
Right.
Ghost. And I hope it's huge and deluxe, and I hope that they sell both Phantoms separately and I can attach them both. I was wondering, I will say, I was wondering where, and I mentioned this to the senior designer, Emily, who's fantastic and I'm so happy she's on Star Wars. She really makes it so wonderful.
Yep.
But I was like, oh, are one of the tiers going to be the Phantom 1? And then she's very tight-lipped. She didn't tell me anything, and she's like, you're just gonna have to wait and see. And then I saw, and I was like, oh, there's no Phantom 1. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna get FOMO if I don't back the Ghost, and then they release a retail Phantom 1 later. So anyone who's on the fence about that, I don't know if I'm swaying you one way or the other, but the thing that's pushing me toward it is it was backed so quickly that I'm hoping they see, like, oh, the success, people want Rebels figures
Right.
and they want Rebels vehicles, and we'll get like a retail version of the Phantom 1, and it'll be able to connect to the Ghost. I think I just talked myself into it.
You witnessed it on screen, everybody. Self-enabled.
I
don't know if I have space, and then check out too.
Right. my current centerpiece on the dining room table is the sail barge, and I
Oh,
keep
really?
saying I'm gonna, yeah, it's because where else am I gonna put it?
Yep.
So I keep saying that I'm going to switch it out with the Razor Crest because I still haven't opened the Razor Crest.
Ooh.
And now I'm like, well, do I just skip Razor Crest altogether, keep it in my basement, and put the Ghost up there? I mean, the Ghost is so pretty. It's so pretty.
Well, you and I had the kind of privilege to see the prototype there in person.
Yeah, it's
It's
huge.
massive.
It's
It's a giant
huge.
ship. It's like I don't even know. I don't
Yeah,
even know
it's
what to
worth
compare
every
it to.
penny.
Like
The
a
price point is
200-year-old
great.
tortoise. That's what I would compare it to. Like it's
Yeah,
huge,
yeah, actually, you're right.
same kind of
Yes.
shape, little
Yep.
prehistoric action. Um, but what is it at right now? Let's see. So the Ghost is currently funded, backed, and it will be made. It's just the extra tiers. We're at 12,251 backers with 6 days to go. You need 14,000 to unlock Canaan.
Is that the
We already
final tier?
no, as Zeb is the final tier at 17.
Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna get a
And
surge.
I hope so. The Haslab comes with these mural inspired card backs. That's and the season 4 look that won't allegedly won't be available outside of the project.
The cards won't.
I
Is
thought
what.
the season 4 look won't be
Oh,
also
oh, gotcha,
like for
gotcha.
the figure.
Oh, yeah,
I've done
clever.
so many of these streams, everything is being blended together. But they said if
All
it
right.
hits the 17, they're also going to release a season 4 um, Sabine and Chopper with the mural card, I think on
Okay.
Pulse, so you can get all the murals. So you got to back
Nice.
it, wait for it to come out, not open the figures because if you want to keep the card, or you have to surgically remove it. Highly articulated says it's going to clear 17 easily. A lot of people will get FOMO. A lot of people will FOMO once the Ghost is in hand. Yeah, major FOMO.
Mhm.
Oh, I need to put out my major FOMO t-shirt. Riley Bob says, speaking of Star Wars, thoughts on Ahsoka? Well, Riley Bob, thank you for asking. The Boba Squadron, we do a live stream every Tuesday right after the episode airs on Disney Plus. This week was 10 p.m. Eastern. You can go watch the replay if you just watched the episode recently and you haven't caught our conversation. It's myself, Yoko, the Fallen Fett, and of course my friend Paul is on there, who was there just to talk toys. We also talk Star Wars toys and collectibles, so make sure you check that out for a more in-depth discussion about Ahsoka. Plus, if anyone hasn't seen it yet, we don't need to talk about that right now. Let's see. Oh,
I'm
DK, I
enjoying
don't.
it though.
Yeah,
I'm
I am.
enjoying it.
DK, are you watching?
The Ahsoka? Nah, I haven't started yet. I haven't found the time to, unfortunately.
Hmm.
I gotta watch it.
Before I forget, DK, did you see from the NECA booth there was that giant Krang suit?
No, I did not.
It's like
Giant.
designed so that it can fit with quarter scale, right, Blaine?
It can fit with quarter scale, or you can have a giant
Krang.
Yeah,
He has a
terrorizing
hand
the city.
that can hold turtles. Like one of the accessories, he can hold the one of the 7-inch,
scale, or
6-inch
7-inch scale, sorry.
cartoon turtles in his hand, and of course there's going to be Ultimates versions of the classic cartoon turtles, which is what's finally going to get me into the NECA cartoon turtle line. Actually, no, wait, I have Splinter. Because, well, that's when I finally get the NECA cartoon turtles, because with all the accessories and everything in one set, that's as long as all 4 are available at the same time. Rule of 4.
I don't think all 4 will be available at the same time.
Oh, then I'm out. No, I'm kidding.
But when we do try to think about outside of events, Fall Geek Out, Haul-a-thon, things like that, Comic Cons. Outside of events, we do try to think about the collector. We try to be collector conscious, and we don't want to, because our figures are a higher premium.
Mhm.
We want to make sure that we're not putting out an entire wave of, like $37 USD figures, and, breaking your wallet. So I would think they're probably going to come one or two at a time, but they are ultimates. So they're going to be single packed, not two packed,
Mhm.
in the VHS style packaging, loaded with accessories. So you're definitely getting your money's worth, but we want to make sure that you can easily obtain all four. And I feel like if all four came out at the exact same time, people might struggle a little bit.
No, that's true. It is a pretty big hit, a sizable hit.
That's
Uh,
smart.
RMD, like DK, is a big fan of the last. You like the last Ronin figures, right, DK?
I do. I just haven't gotten around to getting any yet. So
Busted.
Don't sleep on them. We have more coming, and they are beautiful. The last Ronin is actually one of the things that like got me not back into Turtles. The movies are like my Turtles, and of course, I grew up with the cartoon as well. But every iteration of Turtles since, I just didn't get into for whatever reason. And when I was watching Mike Puzo, one of our painters, he does all of our last Ronin, and does traditional paint. And I'm watching him paint this. I was like, is this the style like of the novel? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, they're just so like, I don't know. I really
It's
enjoy
gritty.
the art.
It's gritty
Yeah.
and dark.
yeah.
So that's what got me into it, and started reading it and read up on it. I'm like, oh wow, like this is like Days of Future Past, but TMNT.
I'm always if it's taking a property I love and putting it in some post-apocalyptic timeline, I'm there. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Days of Future Past, things like that. I just love to see. Sometimes they have little subtle nods and the connections of how things developed. So I'm always down for that kind of storyline.
You love your Age of Apocalypse.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
But yeah, no, the last Ronin line. I'm so happy that NECA actually made the other Turtles, because honestly, at the start, I thought it was only Mike. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna hold out. I want Raph, and then I'm happy to know that you guys made the rest of the squad. So I really like that Raph. I think we're gonna start with that one.
I think Flashback Raph, I believe, is up for pre-order currently with Karai. And then at Comic-Con, we announced that there's going to be a second Flashback Raph, and it's going to be Battle Damage Raphael. And he is like loaded with arrows. Like,
is that the one with all the...
Shell. Yeah. And we actually have a removable arrow that goes right through his calf. So if you didn't read it, sorry, spoiler alert, but it doesn't look good for Ref in a certain scene, and we wanted to recreate both of those iconic looks.
Is the accessory that the arrow goes through the calf, is it like those old toys where it's the arrow and it goes around your head? Like
No,
a U,
it actually goes,
and then it goes back
I know
out
what
the
you're
other
talking
side.
about.
Because if you
I
had one of those as a toy prop, that would be so cool.
I had suggested like doing it like that, but kind of like a leg wrap. So it was like a flex piece leg wrap, and you would slip it on, and it had the arrow just on either side. But no, we actually retooled the leg to have an arrow hole in it, and comes blood splattered and removable arrows. And yeah, it's sad, but it's very cool.
It's sad. I love it. Hey, what's up, RG? RG says, Blaine, are you going to RetroCon in Oaks? What are these words?
I was just talking to Randy about that today. I'm going back to visit my parents live in the Philadelphia area, and they are minutes away from this Philadelphia Greater Expo Center, and they have RetroCon, and it's next weekend, and I'm going to see my parents this weekend. So I don't know. It's like a 2-hour drive, but I'm thinking about it.
There you go. Is this what he's supposed to do? Kick out with fire, DK? Or Blaine, is this accurate?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Cool. It's like a whole... It's so sick. I saw someone use this accessory in like a Batmobile. When
smart.
When he
Like
starts the engine. Yeah, on the
Yeah.
back, the exhaust.
That's really smart. Does he come with a flight stand?
He does not. No, he doesn't.
No. Okay.
The effect for Ryu had a flight stand, right?
And I believe Chun-Li does as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you
She's
can
got
get
like the triple kick.
right. If you get a 796 flight stand, you can get him on here. I'm wondering if this is just tight, if I need to heat it up, or if he moves more, because even though it has this cut, it just twists a little bit. I don't know if he moves more. Maybe I'll heat it. Anyone in the chat have this already that can let me know? Does this have more range? Or am I just testing my luck here? RMG says, take my money. Does it have more range? Yup. Take my monies for the last Ronin line. Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Damn, that's too many turtles. God, this is a lot of stuff. This is too crazy. That's why I'm not buying. If I go to New York Comic Con, I'm not gonna buy anything.
I don't know. There's a pretty sweet Ghostface is going to be there.
You're like, I'm right here, Kevin. What the hell, man?
Man,
Buy it.
It's all right.
Do most companies there have stuff for sale, or in your experience, like in the past?
I wouldn't say most. No, I wouldn't say most.
Okay.
Not as many as San Diego Comic-Con, but then on the flip side, last year, not many had things physically there at San Diego either. So
right.
It's like the Wild West now. I don't know how it's going to work. And it's only 10 days after Toy Fair. So I really am not sure. We're going to have two. I don't know if I won't say what they are just in case we didn't announce it yet, but
okay.
There's Ghostface and another one.
Okay.
Oh, secret surprise. Nice.
Woo.
If I asked you, actually, no, I'm not going to ask you. I might give it away. Let's. I think we have a few more minutes left to go. If we want to wrap it up in like 5 minutes, does anyone have more questions? Did you have a chance to open everything you wanted to, Blaine?
I did. I opened my Kino. I opened my TMNT 3-4 pack. Ghostface. I cut my Alf, but I didn't take him out because you actually had him on display, and I was like, oh, he has it covered. So,
he has great props too. The old school.
Oh, the camcorder,
cellular
the phone,
device.
Yeah.
DK, you probably had a bunch of these, right?
Why do I have a bunch of these?
You probably had a bunch of these in real life.
No, I've never
Really?
used ones. No, I never used that one before.
Oh, I figured your dad, as the technology hoarder, would have had these.
He didn't. I think that's when he quit. Like what is it? He left everything behind in HK, and then he came here, so he had nothing to do with cellular anymore.
Damn.
During that time.
I don't know where I put his camcorder. Yes, that thing is full of accessories. Convention exclusives. 61 votes. 61 votes, 75%. 3/4 said they like convention themed exclusives. Because again, if you don't get it, you're not missing out in your collection unless you're an extreme kind of completionist. Completionist, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, if you want caricatures, he's turning me into a caricature. That's definitely 30 Rock. Come on, guys. Somebody knows. AZ Toy Hunter says we need that Spirit Brothers 3-pack. Oh. I mean, or you could just do Pepper's Ghost like Jason and make your own Ghost Turtles in some toy photography.
Who did he use for the Mike? Oh, it was the Universal Monster TMNT mashup. Mikey had, I think he used for that, like, kind of sad, like,
yeah. That dude is way too talented.
Way
too talented. I hate him so much. He's so great.
Terrible guy.
Definitely would not recommend him. for anything that's low quality. Only the best with Jason.
There you go.
Yeah, well, hopefully I can get out there and we can hang out if there's time. Maybe do a pizza review of some sort in New York. Well, yeah. What spot should I look for? What should be my top pizza spot to try and hit up when I'm there?
So I am of the firm belief that when
By
you
the
go to
way,
New
no
York,
pressure, but this is going to represent all
all of
pizza, not all New York pizza, all pizza crusts.
oh,
So, like, I think you
shenanigans.
really need to think about it. I'm bringing this back, my thoughts to Canada, and I will be, first of all, press pass. So there's going to be an article or something about it. So again, please feel free to really think about your recommendation there. No pressure at all.
All right. I'll come up with 2 places for you for when you're there, but I would like you to try the good old 99-cent pizza. That's my favorite.
Okay.
It's just like at the end of the night, every time I go to the city, I like to go to shows a lot. Every time I go to the city, on my way back, I stop at 99-cent pizza, and you just walk in, and it's a whole experience. You know, you just walk up to the counter. It's loud. It's sweaty. It's no one's speaking English. It's wonderful. It's everything you want it to be. They're yelling at you like, hurry up with your order. And it's like the best pizza in the whole world. But then I'll take you and get you like one of the better slices, and I'll let you decide. But I think you're gonna pick 99-cent pizza.
I'm gonna be that guy who gets to the front of the line and just I'm not ready at all.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work in Europe.
No pizza for you.
Yeah.
What do you have? Do I want, you know that when you get to the front of the grocery line and that one person who just not ready at all, and
Yeah.
I'm always like, the fuck were you doing this whole time? What were you doing?
Not in New
You know what
York.
you're No, you're gonna
Everybody knows
you're gonna
what
get
they
trampled.
want. And nobody walks at a heterosexual pace. You got to keep up.
Oh, do Minos? Is that, what is that, Latin? Mario? I know what you're doing. Yeah, 10-minute walk from Javits. I gotta figure out something. Yeah, I'm gonna be like the tourist with a big camera around my neck, just taking
No,
pictures.
don't do that. Don't let anyone put a CD in your hand.
Is it their mixtape?
So,
I want that full experience.
Oh,
I want to check out everyone's SoundCloud.
They will just put the CD right in your hand.
I will put a toying around sticker in their hand.
And well, then you owe them $20.
Oh shit. I mean, that's basically the payment.
Tell them that the sticker is like 50.
There you go.
There you go. Well,
They'll
I
buy
can't
that.
wait. I can't wait for that. Again, I want to make that happen next month. We're gonna have a lot of really great guests, but first, Blaine, where can people follow you and check out your stuff? What do you want to let people know?
Well, Blainer Things on all platforms. Obviously, go follow NECA Toys on Twitter, Facebook, and NECA Official on Instagram. Yeah, and if you like fun art and you like nostalgia and you like toy photography, that's what you get on my page. And a whole lot of opinions. I give a lot of opinions.
Opinions on the internet?
So many opinions. But yeah.
Cool. Yeah, everyone go check out Blaine's work. It's a lot of fun to see just like all the concepts, and it's great to see the Shang-Chi one that you posted, one of my favorites of recent times.
Oh, thank you. Those were like my what ifs. If I could have the perfect like ultimate Marvel Legends.
Hell yeah. Well, let's see. Oh, 62 votes. Thank you, chat. DK.
Hey,
what have you got going? What?
Hey. No, I'm just playing with. Got not much, but I'm just playing with the old, like all three, the big three.
Do you want another of that Naruto?
Possibly. You could,
Okay, I think I'm
did
gonna
you
sell
have one?
mine. I have one. I'm gonna sell that and invest in these. I think
Okay, we'll discuss later.
we will chat. Tell them your music don't slap. The music don't slap and the pizza don't smack. That's what I'm predicting right now. I gotta go to Brooklyn for pizza. I know these places because of media, but I have no idea where they
Do
are
not
in
go to
relation to
Brooklyn.
each other. In
Don't go to
general or
Brooklyn
for
for
pizza?
pizza.
Oh, okay.
Well, listen, Brooklyn's great, but it's another country. It's its own oasis. It takes you 2 hours to get to Brooklyn from anywhere in the world.
No, in the Spider-Man games, it's really fast.
Trevor, what is wrong with Elmo's? Don't answer that.
The Times Square ones?
Huh?
Is he talking about Times Square Elmos in costume?
No.
Or just in general? Oh, it's something else?
Are they really Elmo's? They're all
superheroes.
like slightly knockoff versions. You can't and don't like think you can just get your picture with them.
It's
They
gonna
will
cost
like they will turn. Oh yeah, and if they see you like whip your phone out, they will like straight up like, or they'll lift up their mask.
Hey,
Okay.
yo,
Yeah,
$20.
exactly.
Well, we're Chinese. We've seen all the knockoff superheroes. I mean, we see those toys all the time, right, DK? I've seen in Hong Kong knockoff Age of Apocalypse, the old 5-inch figures. It was incredible.
Amazing.
I didn't even
That's
know those
awesome.
were being
Knocked off.
bootlegged. It was Magneta Cyclops with a B, and I'll never forget these. Storm was STOPM. Like somehow that got around. Stop him! That was somehow that
Stop 'em.
stop
Stop
him!
'em.
Stop him! Wins. Hey, what's up, Mikey? We're just wrapping up, but yes, we're talking. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll see you in at the Javits Center. Hey, if you want more toy content, we're talking about Star Wars and Ahsoka Tuesday nights, most likely 10 p.m. Eastern, just to give people enough time to watch the episode, depending if it's a short or longer one. And then that'll be on with Boba Squadron here on the channel. Next week, we'll be on with the Enablers. It's the first unboxing Thursday of the month is always the Enablers. And September is going to be a really awesome, jam-packed month because the week after that, on the 14th, we have, I'm stalling and it still won't load. Oh, on the 14th, we have Blake from Toy Collector Magazine. I'm really interested in kind of chatting with him and what's going on with that magazine. Toy magazine is pure nostalgia. It's so much fun. So and hopefully open up some toys and chat there. September 21st, Toy Anxiety. September 28th. From Mondo Toys, Attack Peter and Hector. They're making some really awesome 1/6 scale Batman and X-Men figures. You're an X-Men fan. Have those tempted you? Do you have any, Blaine?
I don't have any, and it is just because of size. It's a space thing for me. But and no knock to Marvel Legends or the Hasbro team at all. But the Mondo ones are very specific to the cartoon.
Yeah.
And they are perfection. If they were 6-inch scale, I would have every single one. They are gorgeous.
Yeah. They showed off a bunch of new ones at PowerCon, I believe. So that's why I wanted to chat with them about that line. It's really, really tempting me. I might pull a Blaine and self-enable myself on stream as I'm talking about it. So please, if you're new here, subscribe for more toy news, toy streams, things like that. And it's a lot of stuff going on the channel, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad I'm able to share it with people like Blaine and DK and everyone in the chat who support. It's cool. And then if I can get to New York Comic-Con, more content for people to watch on the channel. So thank you for your support. We usually do a song on the outro when I roll the subscribe for more videos. And to set it up, today was my son's birthday. He turned 5. As my youngest child has just turned 5. It's crazy to me how quickly time has passed. So you'll know the song when you guys hear it. DK, Blaine, anything else before we head out?
Got
Nope.
nothing.
Blaine, thanks for coming on. It was great to chat and learn about your collection and what you do for a living, right? And your hobbies. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me ramble.
Thank you, man. Hope we didn't keep you up too long.
No,
Nah.
I was listening to everything. I was just.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh,
I meant
sorry.
him.
Here we go. There, I did DK moment. Yay! There. Stay
Are
quiet all
you
day.
serious? You're like, no, I'm
He's
good. I
already-
had coffee.
He's nodding off.
Yeah, Blaine, thank you so much. Have yourself a great night, everybody, and keep toying around. Peace.
Peace.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you